His name was Harold, a former Marine, tall, proud, and once strong enough to carry another man on his back. But when I met him in my clinic at age 78, he was using a wheelchair. His legs had simply given out. One evening, after a quiet examination, I asked gently, "Harold, what do you usually eat before bed?" He looked down and replied, "Sometimes just toast, or nothing at all." That conversation changed everything, because what Harold and many others like him didn't realize is this: your muscles don't just disappear because of age. They vanish quietly, night after night, if you don't feed them right before sleep. In today's video, we're diving into the Japanese way of evening nourishment, a gentle yet powerful secret that could help protect your muscles, improve your sleep, and maybe even give you back a bit of strength you thought was lost forever. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from, and what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Why are American seniors losing muscle faster than the Japanese? I have worked with hundreds of patients over the age of 65, and I've seen the same pattern again and again. A slow but steady loss of muscle, starting in the thighs and hips, creeping into the arms, and eventually affecting balance, walking, and even breathing. In the US, this condition is so common we often think it's normal. But in Japan, especially in rural areas or in places like Okinawa, many seniors keep their muscle strength well into their 80s and 90s. Why? The answer lies in part in what they eat and when they eat it. In America, dinner tends to be either too heavy with processed carbs or too light with barely any protein. But in Japan, dinner is often a carefully prepared meal, even if it's small. It includes miso soup, grilled fish, steamed vegetables, fermented soy, and rice. Simple, yes, but packed with the nutrients your muscles are quietly begging for before bed. The Japanese culture embraces a concept called shokuiku, which means food education. It's taught in schools and practiced at home. It's not just about calories, it's about how food helps you stay strong, focused, and balanced at every age. Muscle loss with age, what we call sarcopenia, isn't just about aging. It's about undernourishing your muscles during the most critical time of the day, the hours before sleep. That's when your body does most of its repair work. And if you go to bed without giving your muscles the building blocks they need, especially protein, they slowly fade away. I once had a patient in her 70s who switched her dinner from toast and jam to a small bowl of miso soup with tofu, a boiled egg, and some steamed spinach. Within weeks, she said her legs felt less shaky. That's not magic. It's nourishment timed right. We'll dive deeper into these foods shortly. But first, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, what did I eat last night before bed? Did it help your muscles recover, or did it leave them starving? What happens to your muscles while you sleep? And why it's a hidden danger for seniors. We often think of sleep as rest for the brain. But for your muscles, sleep is a repair shop. It's the only time of day when your body isn't moving, digesting, or stressed. That's when it begins rebuilding what was lost during the day. Tiny tears in your muscle fibers, the wear and tear of walking, standing, even breathing. But here's the truth many seniors never hear. If you go to bed undernourished, your body can't rebuild. It does the opposite. It breaks you down. During sleep, especially in the deeper stages, your body produces growth hormone, a key signal for muscle repair. But to do its job, Growth hormone needs the right materials, amino acids from protein, minerals like magnesium and potassium, and stable blood sugar. Without those, your body starts pulling amino acids from your own muscle tissue to keep your heart and brain running. That means, night by night, your body eats away at your own strength. This is where the Japanese evening diet quietly shines. In rural Okinawa, I visited a small home where a 92-year-old woman still cooked her own dinner every night. Nothing fancy, just a bowl of warm miso soup with wakame seaweed, a piece of grilled mackerel, and a handful of edamame. She smiled as she served it, saying, "This is what gives me legs to walk to the market." This isn't just tradition, it's science in action. Fermented soy from miso or natto provides complete proteins and gut-friendly probiotics that improve digestion and nutrient absorption. Fatty fish like mackerel or salmon are rich in omega-3s, which not only protect the heart, but also help reduce inflammation that can damage aging muscles. Seaweed delivers iodine and magnesium, and by eating this before sleep, Japanese seniors give their bodies exactly what they need, just in time for the repair process to begin. Contrast that with the American habit of skipping dinner, or eating only crackers, cereal, or sugary snacks before bed. These foods spike blood sugar briefly, but they don't support overnight repair. In fact, they may block it by triggering insulin spikes and disrupting sleep quality. And when sleep is shallow and nutrition is lacking, muscle loss accelerates, along with fatigue, joint pain, and the dreaded wobble when standing up. But here's the hopeful part. Reversing this doesn't require a complete lifestyle change. It starts with one small decision: choosing to eat something warm, nourishing, and protein-rich before bed. Something simple, something healing. 6 Japanese foods that quietly protect muscle strength while you sleep. When it comes to evening meals, the Japanese don't aim to feel full. They aim to feel restored. Their dinners aren't loud or heavy. They're gentle, balanced, and thoughtfully prepared to support healing overnight. And at the heart of this tradition are 6 foods that seniors in Japan have trusted for generations. Let's begin with the simplest of them all, miso soup. Made from fermented soybeans, miso is packed with complete protein and natural probiotics. When combined with wakame seaweed and silken tofu, it becomes a warm, soothing bowl of muscle support. The fermentation helps your gut absorb nutrients better, which becomes increasingly important as digestion slows with age. I had one patient, 81 years old, who told me, "Since I started drinking miso before bed, I sleep deeper. My legs don't ache as much." It's not just comfort food, it's a tool for repair. Next comes natto, the stickier cousin of miso. This is a food many Westerners struggle with at first because of its strong smell and gooey texture. But those who give it a chance are often amazed. Natto is a powerful muscle protector. It contains vitamin K2, which helps move calcium into your bones and keeps your muscle fibers firing properly. It also has nattokinase, an enzyme that may support circulation and reduce blood pressure. In Japan, many seniors mix natto with a raw egg and eat it over rice in the evening. The egg adds even more high-quality protein and healthy fat. The third food, grilled salmon or saba mackerel. These oily fish are staples in the Japanese evening meal, usually prepared simply. Just a dash of salt and a squeeze of citrus. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which not only protect the heart, but reduce muscle inflammation and help cells rebuild more efficiently. A soft fillet of fish, served warm before bed, gives your body precisely what it needs for overnight muscle maintenance. Now let's add something gentle and grounding. Steamed sweet potatoes. Yes, carbs, but not the blood sugar spiking kind. Japanese sweet potatoes are slow digesting and packed with potassium, fiber, and antioxidants. They help stabilize blood sugar throughout the night, so your muscles don't have to break down amino acids for emergency fuel. Sweet potatoes also contain a bit of tryptophan, which promotes better sleep. Then there's a boiled egg, simple, soft, and powerful. One egg contains around 6 grams of high-quality protein and all the essential amino acids. Japanese elders often include a soft-boiled egg in their evening meal or soup. It's gentle on the stomach, and it's one of the easiest ways to support muscle repair during sleep without overwhelming the digestive system. Lastly, warm soy milk, sometimes blended with a bit of kinako, roasted soybean powder. This comforting drink delivers both protein and calm. It's rich in isoflavones that may support bone health and help reduce nighttime hot flashes or discomfort that interrupt sleep. One of my patients said it best: "It feels like my body is being tucked in from the inside." These 6 foods aren't magic, but they work with your biology, not against it. They nourish gently, repair quietly, and align with what your body naturally wants to do at night. Recover. Why Japanese seniors can eat protein at night without feeling bloated. And you can too. One of the most common complaints I hear from older patients is, "I want to eat healthier, but protein makes me feel too heavy at night." And it's true, many seniors feel bloated, sluggish, or even lose sleep after eating protein late in the day. But here's the interesting part. In Japan, many elders eat warm bowls of miso soup, small portions of fish, tofu, or even fermented soybeans before bed. And not only do they sleep well, they wake up feeling stronger. How is that possible? The answer lies not only in what they eat, but how, when, and why they eat. Let's begin with portioning and variety. In a typical Japanese dinner, the meal isn't centered around one large piece of meat or a heavy entree. Instead, it's made up of several small dishes, each one light, simple, and purposeful. A few bites of grilled fish, a half cup of steamed vegetables, a bowl of miso soup, some pickled radish, maybe a spoonful of rice or sweet potato. No single dish overwhelms the stomach, but together they provide a complete, nourishing meal that supports digestion and muscle repair. Then there's the practice of hara-hachi-bu, a gentle but powerful philosophy from Okinawa that means eat until you're 80% full. It teaches you to stop eating just before you feel full, leaving space in the stomach for easier digestion and less strain on the body. For older adults with slower metabolism and digestive function, this small shift can make a huge difference. Equally important is the pace of eating. In Japan, meals are rarely rushed. Eating is a quiet, respectful ritual. No eating in front of the TV, no checking phones, no multitasking. This calm atmosphere activates the body's rest and digest response, the parasympathetic nervous system, making digestion smoother and reducing symptoms like bloating or reflux. A few years ago, I visited a small town in southern Japan and was invited to eat dinner at a senior center. Before anyone picked up their chopsticks, they bowed their heads and softly said, "Itadakimasu." Then everyone ate in silence. No one was in a hurry. I watched a 93-year-old man chew his food like a monk, slow, present, and grateful. That night, he told me, if I rush, my stomach protests. If I eat like this, I sleep like a baby. And of course, there's timing. In Japanese culture, dinner usually happens around 6 or 6:30 p.m., giving the body at least 2 hours to digest before bed. This alone helps reduce nighttime bloating, indigestion, and disturbed sleep. Contrast this with the American tendency to eat dinner at 8:30 or 9 p.m., often hurried, just before falling into bed. The stomach is still working hard when the rest of the body wants to rest, and that can sabotage sleep and muscle recovery. Finally, many Japanese seniors have a soothing after-dinner ritual. A small cup of warm barley tea, mugicha, or roasted green tea, hojicha, both caffeine-free, help the stomach relax and signal the body that the day is winding down. It's important to remember, it's not the protein that causes discomfort. It's often how we approach the meal. So if you've avoided eating anything substantial at night out of fear of feeling too full or bloated, I encourage you to borrow a few of these Japanese habits. Eat earlier, eat slowly, eat lightly but mindfully, and most of all, eat with care. Simple, Japanese-inspired dinners you can start tonight. Even in America, one of the biggest misconceptions I hear is this: eating like the Japanese must be expensive or complicated. But in reality, some of the most healing meals I've seen in Japan are also the simplest, and you can recreate them right in your American kitchen, often with just a few basic ingredients. Let me show you how. The first example comes from a patient of mine named Ellen. She was 76, living alone, and said dinner often felt like too much trouble. She usually had toast or crackers. But after learning about Japanese habits, she agreed to try something different. I helped her plan a simple evening meal: a soft-boiled egg, a small bowl of instant miso soup, available at most grocery stores, a handful of steamed spinach, and a piece of grilled salmon she could reheat from frozen. The entire meal took under 15 minutes to prepare, and within 2 weeks, she reported sleeping better and feeling more grounded in the morning. Here's why that worked. Eggs provide high-quality, easy-to-digest protein. Miso soup brings warmth and gut-friendly bacteria. Spinach adds magnesium and potassium, key for muscle and nerve function. Salmon delivers anti-inflammatory omega-3s and full amino acid support. It's not about volume, it's about value. Another great option comes from a very traditional Japanese concept called ichiju sanshi, meaning one soup, 3 dishes. You don't need to follow it strictly, but the spirit of it helps guide a balanced, satisfying meal. Here's how that might look in an American kitchen. 1 soup, instant miso soup or broth with tofu and scallions. 1 protein, sliced chicken breast or baked cod. 1 veggie, steamed broccoli with a drizzle of sesame oil. 1 starch, a small serving of brown rice or sweet potato. This meal is light, comforting, and deeply nourishing. And most importantly, it won't overload your digestion before sleep. Now, for those who want something even simpler, here's one of my favorites: warm soy milk with kinako. Just heat a cup of unsweetened soy milk and stir in a spoonful of roasted soybean flour, found at most Asian groceries or online. It tastes nutty and mild, and it gives your body both plant protein and natural phytoestrogens, which may help with sleep, bone health, and muscle preservation. Don't like soy? Try warm oat milk with a spoonful of peanut butter, or Greek yogurt with cinnamon and a few almonds. The core idea is the same: something light, high in protein, warm or room temperature, and easy on the stomach. Remember, This is not about becoming Japanese. It's about learning from them, from their wisdom, their calm, and their longevity. And the beauty of this approach is how it returns the power to you. You don't need fancy supplements or complicated diets. You just need to eat with intention. Even one small change, like adding a soft-boiled egg or a cup of miso soup, can begin to shift how your body feels, how you sleep, and how strong you stay as the years pass. How sleep and nutrition work together to preserve muscle in aging bodies. Sleep and nutrition are often talked about separately, but in truth, they are deeply connected, especially when it comes to protecting your muscles as you age. Think of sleep as your body's nighttime repair shift. And food? That's the building material your body uses to get the job done. When you sleep, your body releases growth hormone, one of the most important tools for repairing and rebuilding muscle. But growth hormone is like a construction crew. It needs raw materials to build with. Those materials come from amino acids, which are found in protein-rich foods. If your body doesn't get enough of those nutrients, especially in the evening, it starts breaking down your own muscle tissue to compensate. Over time, this nightly erosion adds up. You don't just lose strength, you lose energy, balance, and independence. That's why seniors in Japan often treat dinner like medicine. Light, warm, nutrient-dense meals provide exactly what the body needs, not just to survive the night, but to rebuild through it. And what about sleep itself? Poor sleep, especially shallow or interrupted sleep, disrupts the body's ability to regenerate muscle. It also increases the production of cortisol, a stress hormone that can break down muscle even faster. In Japan, elders often follow small, soothing nighttime routines that support both digestion and sleep. After dinner, many take a gentle walk around the garden, do light stretches, or practice deep breathing. One 88-year-old man I met in Nagano told me, "After I eat, I make tea, I sit by the window, I breathe 10 times slowly. That is how my body knows it is time to sleep." Simple, but effective. You can try something similar, a 5-minute walk after dinner, a few gentle shoulder rolls, a deep breathing technique like inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4, exhaling for 6. This calms your nervous system, supports digestion, and prepares your body for deeper sleep. In the morning, it could be connected to what you eat or don't eat before bed. A small, balanced evening meal like miso soup, tofu, or even just a warm cup of protein-rich soy milk can help stabilize blood sugar and prevent those nighttime energy crashes that wake you up. The truth is, aging doesn't have to mean weakness or fragility, but it does require intention. When you combine restful sleep with mindful evening nourishment, you give your body the 2 most powerful tools it has to heal itself. You're not just maintaining muscle, you're reclaiming strength. Evening mistakes that speed up muscle loss and simple ways to fix them. Most seniors don't mean to harm their bodies at night, but over time, a few innocent habits done repeatedly can quietly chip away at strength, energy, and balance. Let's take a closer look at the most common evening mistakes I see in my practice and how to gently course-correct them. Mistake number 1: skipping dinner entirely. Many older adults feel tired in the evening or worry about gaining weight, so they skip dinner altogether. But when you go to bed on an empty stomach, your body enters a fasting state, and instead of repairing muscle, it starts pulling energy from it. Fix: You don't need a large meal. Even a small bowl of miso soup, a soft-boiled egg, or a glass of warm soy milk with kinako can give your body enough nutrients to protect muscle through the night. Mistake number 2. Eating only carbs, like toast, cereal, or fruit. These foods may feel comforting, but they're missing the protein and healthy fats your muscles rely on during sleep. Worse, they can spike blood sugar, leading to poor sleep and inflammation. Fix. Combine your carbs with protein. Instead of toast alone, add a poached egg or some cottage cheese. Swap sugary cereal for oatmeal with walnuts and chia seeds. Balance is key. Mistake number 3. Eating too late, right before bed. This is very common. Dinner at 9 p.m., then bed by 9:30. But your digestion needs time. Eating too late forces your body to work hard just when it should be winding down. Fix. Try to eat at least 2 hours before bedtime. If you're hungry later, choose something very light. A spoonful of nut butter, warm tea, or soft tofu with broth. Mistake number 4. Overeating, thinking it'll hold you over. A large, heavy meal can cause indigestion, poor sleep, and even nighttime reflux, especially when you lie down soon after eating. Fix. Think light but nourishing. Several small items, like the Japanese Ichiju Sansai style, are easier to digest than one oversized portion. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. It's progress. Even one small adjustment in your evening routine can begin to change how your body feels, heals, and holds on to strength. I often think back to Harold, the proud, quiet Marine who came to me in a wheelchair, wondering where his strength had gone. We didn't start with pills or gym workouts. We started with something much simpler, his dinner plate. And week by week, bite by bite, something changed. He began ending his days not with toast, but with a soft-boiled egg, a bowl of miso, a handful of greens, small things. But over time, his sleep improved, his posture straightened, and one day, he stood up from his chair, slowly but proudly. You see, your body still listens, even at 70, 80, 90 years old. It listens to what you give it, to how you treat it, and especially to how you end your day. Tonight, you have a choice. You can give your muscles silence, or you can give them strength. If this video spoke to your heart, please share it with someone you love. Let's age with grace, with wisdom, and with hope together. And don't forget to subscribe. There's more healing, more gentle strength, and more stories to come.